So over Christmas, I was like, oh shit, this is mad because you're in lockdown, you can't leave the yard. So just me and the missus, first time in years. And
Listen,
listen,
Oh, this is mad. I'm with you.
Let
I'm
me
with
finish.
you, yeah? Locked up.
what's going on, people? My name is Hugh Izzy, and you're watching or listening to episode 5 of For the People podcast. Much love for joining us. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're new, and also follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, where we are now available. And make sure that you send in your problems to the email, which is forthepeoplepodcast@gmail.com. We're going to be going through a few of those today. And much love to everyone who's been showing support. We are going to give back a little bit ourselves by every week giving away a £50 Amazon gift card, the first of which we have already given away. Congratulations to Shannon. And if you want to be in with a chance of winning it yourself, all you have to do is follow us on Instagram at FTPpod. And let's kick it off. Money does indeed talk, and someone's money may be being messed with because recently we have talked about masks and rappers and MCs who wear them. But one in particular from the UK in M. Huncho has had his face revealed by someone else on the internet who is believed to be, and I guess you guys can confirm this or not, from Dutchavelli's camp. And this has obviously gone viral because people have never seen M. Huncho's face before, and a lot of people wanted to. Now, I've got a few questions about the whole thing, but I want to start with you, Anton. Tracksuits. Let me know your thoughts.
Either or. Yeah, look, listen. First of all, I wasn't too surprised because I was saying this to CJ ages ago, yeah, and a few of my other mates. I never thought M. Huncho was black or mixed race. I never once thought that. I think I've said it to you.
Right.
I thought he was like Pakistani or I don't know why.
How did you know?
Because I was watching a lot of interviews. There was a time I wanted to know what is it, yeah, and I knew he wasn't black because you could see his hands from day one. First episode, I know he wasn't black, so I thought, is he mixed race? And I'll be honest with you, this might sound stupid, yeah,
Accent.
but basically, this might sound really stupid, but I could see at one point how hairy he was, yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, and I just, that might sound silly. I know that's
I hear that.
stupid, yeah. But so I just thought he's likely not mixed race, yeah. So I thought he was like Afghanistan.
So you was
or-
pre-ing him? You was
Yeah,
already
yeah,
watching him?
yeah. I was
You
watching him back then.
Man.
I
he
was
did
watching
say it
man back then.
early.
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
it. He said it time ago.
I
It
was
was
trying
like,
to say I'm mixed race and I'm one of the hairiest.
Yeah. I know, no, but I'm saying I was just like highly unlikely.
Man
And I was like, he's
studied
most, and I
raw.
thought the way he was moving and the way he was interviewing, he said a few things in interviews that he slipped up a bit. And I thought, oh, he's most probably Pakistani, Afghan, Indian, something like that, right? I knew that. So when the mask came off, I wasn't shocked.
No, you
I was
weren't,
just like, okay. But what I didn't realize, I didn't know because I don't really listen to M. Huncho's music, yeah, since his first 2 projects, which was Sick. Since then, I don't listen to him, but I didn't know he was saying N-words.
Right.
Has he been
forgot.
saying N-words?
No, I actually didn't realize. I think, ironically, you were the one that actually said, "Oh, does he get the pass or something?" But
Does he say the N-word?
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
has said it early
He
on.
must have said it before.
Oh.
He's actually done an interview about it after.
Oh, really?
And said, I think maybe that's where he gave it away.
As he
well,
stopped-
that he weren't.
Oh,
mixed race, 'cause he
I see.
said, I don't
shouldn't-
say the word. I shouldn't be saying that word.
Okay.
In the article, I've read it.
But
So,
yeah, in his,
so he just stopped saying it before the mask reveal.
Before the Marshall,
He stopped.
saying it.
Are
But
we,
I-
okay, how sure are we about this? Because
what using the term?
I'll be
or-
honest, right? I've got about 3 of this guy's tracks on my phone,
Okay.
and he uses that word in
Oh,
all
wow.
of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, this is the main topic of conversation for me.
Okay.
Is this a massive disrespect to the guy himself because it is going to jeopardize his future career, or is it justified because, as the guy who's revealed his face is saying, he doesn't have the pass?
Oh right. Okay. So the person who revealed it did it on purpose.
He's actually said the guy's
Oh shit.
Put out a video.
the guy is called
Oh,
Monster, right?
Yeah.
And he has come out and basically said that M. Huncho doesn't have the right to be using.
Oh
He
shit.
said
I
that's
didn't know.
why I put
word.
the
So it was
video.
premeditated. He knew
Yeah.
what he was doing.
Well, I don't think he filmed it for that. but
Right.
Just so happened.
Okay.
It's mad though. You can't not be like. I don't agree with the word at all. Anyway, I
Yeah.
don't really agree with it. But you can't be not black, yeah, or non-black, and think you can put a mask on and then say the word.
Yeah,
What was he thinking?
Yeah, I agree
What
with
the
that.
hell was he
I'll
thinking?
give you my views on Huncho. Like, I listened to the first mixtape, 48 Hours, I think it was called.
Hard.
One of the best mixtapes that I can recall in the last 5
Hard.
years. Fantastic, unreal. And I was like, okay, who is this guy? This guy's coming in, he's shaking up the game. But I'll be completely honest, like since then, I don't think he's reached those same heights. He's a good artist, but the first mixtape was a different level. Now, how do I feel about him as an artist in 2021? I don't think I care that much. I think in terms of him using the N-word, I absolutely don't agree with that whatsoever. Like, why? You shouldn't, like, he should know better. Like, you should know that it's not a thing. But then there's other rappers that are using it. Dappy's used it in the past. He's Greek, you know, and his argument is, no, but I've been given the pass because I know enough black man.
No, but he didn't get the pass.
But that's what he said. Yeah, but that's what he says though. So it's like
he said his baby mother's mixed race.
Sadly, certain men are saying it, and you're like, but then it's a deeper conversation, lads. It's a deeper conversation.
Why did he take his mask off in the studio anyway? Because he's got the hole there anyway.
He's in the raw.
He's got the hole there.
No, you can't be wearing the mask all day. It will
Why?
stink.
Why?
He's
No,
sweaty.
but what I'm saying is he really wanted to keep his private life private.
He did, but the
So-
excuse that, or the reasoning that this guy Monster has given is that he is basically hiding behind the mask so that he can carry on
That's
using
it. Well,
these
yeah,
words
that's it.
and,
That's it.
you know,
That's bad though. That's wrong.
not the privacy that he claims
that's
that
fucked.
it is.
Yeah,
I would
that's
have
completely
kept the mask on.
Yeah, but he obviously felt comfortable enough in that studio session
Yeah.
to say
He
"These
was
clearly-
men are cool,
Yeah,
take
he
off."
wanted
I would've kept
people
mask
to.
on.
Do you think he? All right, I've got a question for you, man. Do you think he wanted people to think that he is black?
What is that? Why he had the mask on?
Well, yeah, it sort of adds up, doesn't it?
Well,
Nah,
look,
He's using it.
let's-
He's using the N word, and he's wearing a mask, not taking it off.
So
Well,
you're-
look, let me say this, right?
That's
I lived
fine.
in America
Bro,
for
it's true
best
though.
part of 6 years, and there are different circumstances and kind of passes given for people using it out there.
Yeah.
A
Definitely.
lot of the Latin American people that I met from either Honduras, Puerto
Yep.
Rico, like they all use it openly.
Yeah,
That's
And
like 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine years.
Mexican,
Yeah.
you know, it is a very weird thing for a UK trained mind to get used to. That doesn't mean that I even go over there and would dare to say it, because the way I see it, it's actually backwards. I don't
Yes.
understand why people are stupid enough to not see this as well. That the music business in general has fully promoted it, and black people have just walked into it.
Yeah.
You said, I think the week before last, that there are companies who've basically developed a way of trolling the black community in general. Well, we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah,
and
it's sad. It's sad
No,
to
but it's
see.
not a UK thing, and I think
No,
it's just
that's
UK
it.
people
They've jumped on
copying
it.
America,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But let's be honest, the way we grew up, it's not really a UK
But
thing.
why? But artists are still using it, bro.
Yeah, do you know what?
Yeah,
It's Americans because they're so popping and
But-
they're so big and they're a bigger country, and you see the Americans making millies and saying it, and some of their songs in America, they're saying it around 150 times in one song. Even your
mad.
favorite artist, Drake.
Drake.
He
It's
said
mad. Drake is very guilty.
He
Drake-
loves
Drake-
it. He
Drake-
loves
And
it.
to me, it's questionable, bro.
No, I
because,
agree. I agree.
like, listen, right?
Bro,
I'm
it's
mixed race,
fucked.
right? That means both my parents are mixed race. If I look at all four grandparents, it's black, white, right? I don't care how much black there is in me. I would never be disrespectful enough to like my forefathers and all the people who've actually experienced the dark side of what that word actually means. On music, it's just, to me, it's like
I think it's
we've been conned.
But you know,
into
but
thinking
one
we
thing,
have
the one thing I
conned
say
is the
about
right
Drake
word.
though is Drake's actually he's intelligent, right? He's intelligent, educated young man, right?
So why is
and
he
the
using
thing
it?
was Drake, I noticed it from early. I think this is why a lot of us like Drake, because he's not a street thug, What Drake is doing is he studied the music game. Yeah, he studied it, and he knows that in certain songs, you can hear in some of his songs, he actually doesn't need to say the words, but he's purposely put it in there.
Why?
Like there are
Why
times
then?
where he doesn't actually need to say it, but he knows, oh, if I don't say it in this part of the track, or if I don't say it on this hook, then this song's actually a bit wet.
That's fact.
This
That's
song's
facts.
this song's
Yeah,
a
but
bit
that's-
So
soft.
you
Oh,
think
you-
by
yeah, it
saying
makes it less
actually
wet.
It makes it a bit more
But that's-
greasy.
I'm
wow,
sorry, but you know what?
right.
I think that's sad though, because I think if Drake, and don't get me wrong, Drake is one of my favorite artists, but if he is as talented as we're saying he is, you should be able to find another way to make a song greasy without having to resort to using the N-word.
But is that his problem or his audience?
I
It's
think
his audience, because at the end of the day, he's very intelligent.
also-
He knows he's allowed to say it.
But his
and-
audience are pretty much, I
Okay.
would say, the majority are going to be not black.
I don't know.
I'm saying,
The
what's that
majority of
song where it's
Drake's-
like?
No,
people-
his fan base is the world,
Yeah.
bro. It's the
The bit-
world.
Everywhere.
It's the world.
Okay, right.
What's that song that he sampled of Lauryn Hill again?
That was bad. That
Was
one.
it remind
you know,
me?
You know,
No, how
I
does
got
the hook
angry
go?
about that one.
How
I
does
got
the hook
angry
go
about
again?
Nice for what? You gotta be.
Yeah,
nice for
yeah,
what?
yeah,
Is-
yeah. So he's singing that, and he knows that he's got girls who adore him, who are gonna be white girls who are gonna be singing like.
I saw loads
what
of-
do you
I
do
saw
about
loads
that
of
girls.
at your concert? At
He's
your
a-
concert, right? You're performing at your concert in front of thousands of people, and you're putting the microphone out to them,
Yeah.
knowing that they have to sing the hook.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
understand.
think that's mad? When
Why are
they
you
sing-
surprised?
when they
That's
say
how it
the
Okay,
works.
because
No.
one, I'm not a big enough Drake fan to have even heard that song.
No, you're
You
not.
have
If you
heard
hear
this
it.
song, bro.
If you hear
It's a
Play
it's
song,
a
play the
Lauren
song.
Hill
Play the
sample.
song.
Play the song,
What's the
please.
song?
Nice
What's
Nice
the
for
song?
what?
for what?
And annoyingly, it's
It's a
one of
banger.
yeah. It's well,
What?
the original. Come on.
No,
the
no, no, no.
original.
I said
It's
it to
a
you
good
before.
song.
It's a girl song
Drake
because
is a
I didn't
good
really
song.
like that song.
You don't
Okay,
like that song?
hold on a
but
second.
it's
Let me just
Mrs.
play the
loved it.
song.
He's
a
gonna
little
play
bit.
it. He's gonna play it.
The swearing is the same as the derogatory statements, slurs,
Filling it
N words.
Of course.
It gives it this kind of it's
Yeah.
actually
Grease.
yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
Take out the
rugged,
swearing and the
rugged.
N word from Drake's
Rugged.
music. Some of them is a bit wet. some of
Even
his
me,
songs.
I don't say the N word in none of my songs, and I've never sworn in a song. Sometimes
Oh, you
I
never
find
sw-
it
You
hard
never
to-
sworn in a
never
song.
sworn
Nah,
in
you
any
must have been
song.
in new
I
projects.
realized. Yeah.
Bro, I don't swear in music. I've never done it. My
Yeah.
mum will clap my round. She would say, "What are you doing?"
Wait, you've never
Bro, the first time I ever swore when I was a kid, my mum put fairy liquid in my mouth. From
Okay.
there, I never
That's-
swore
Wash your
again.
mouth.
Jeez.
Yeah, I never swore again. In my
Yeah.
music, nothing.
The
But
bu-
I struggle then to sometimes fill gaps of words.
Well,
'Cause
I'm
I
gonna,
think I could easily just say,
yeah. What I'm gonna
Nothing.
say, I'm gonna say this to you. Yeah, ironic as someone who's doing music, tracks you're doing music.
yeah.
I don't want to come across as Pastor CJ right now, yeah. But can we move to a time where we don't use? Is that possible? Where man aren't using N words? Because let me tell you now, I've got white friends, I've got black friends, I've got Asian friends. Yeah, I've got every eclectic mix you could look for. Them man, they don't want to sing songs that have got the N word in front of me.
They don't.
They don't want to because they know, out of respect for me, it's awkward. So it's like, can we get to that point? Or is that wishful
I think we should
thinking?
anyway, 'cause
Is that
you
wishful
have
thinking?
You have to clean
Real
up
quick.
the song for radio.
All right, let
Well,
me
that's what
ask you
I'm
this
saying,
then.
I'm
right?
saying it's a genuine question. Can we get to that point where it's wiped out? We don't have songs with the N word, or is that fantasy?
I mean, this history's already been written, man. You can't delete Drake songs unless they do what they've started doing with TV shows from the 90s. You know what I mean? They-
cancel culture.
Yeah,
when
just
you go back.
Yeah, I think
That
is
could
that
happen.
that is
Yeah,
fully
I
possible.
think it will. I think
Yeah.
the next
It's
generation.
like
they
a
can
full
start.
radio
Yeah.
edit of the whole
I'm
Take
telling
out the
you.
word of
library.
every
I'm telling
song.
you. Yeah.
We've all got, I would say, mixed race or white partners. That's
Yeah.
the best way to put it. As a result of being Drake fans,
Mm.
what do you do when you're with your partners and songs are being played when he is using those words? Do your partners just kind of not say those words?
Cuts out that
It's a
one
very
word,
it's a very fair question, and that's what I'm saying. They don't use the word
Yeah, just
because
cut
they
out that
know.
word.
But it's weird because I had a very grown up conversation about it, and I was like, at one point I thought, no, if you're with me and we're at home, I'd almost I'm being genuine.
You're
I
gonna
did-
hold on a second.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hold on.
we're talking about singing that word. We're
Yeah,
talking
what-
about
when
Yeah.
you're if you're what?
Philip, go on,
no,
land.
no. In my head, I was like, should it be accepted at home? But then I went, no.
Oh, so you went.
Hold
Should it be
on.
accepted?
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
see it?
No, because
Just
I was
talk to yourself.
what I did.
So you were considering
No,
giving
yeah,
your wife
'cause-
the pass?
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
you wanted to give your wife the pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, what is that? Bad,
Oh, you
though?
you were thinking I might give my wife.
Yeah,
who's
no, because
white,
no,
the-
in my
I might
house,
give her
in my
in the
house,
house. You're
yeah,
allowed to
because
say the N words.
because in my head,
How are
no,
we gonna approach the
no, in a
conversation?
song, in a song.
Hey, babe,
In
come
a
here,
song.
come here, come here.
No, because what I don't want, I'll explain, lads. What I don't want is, let's say for example, and I did ask her about this,
In the bedroom.
and she basically confirmed that. I was like, when you're with your friends, genuine question, yeah, and there's no one black around, do you say that word? And she was almost like shocked that I asked that. She was like, of course not. No one, that's not a thing.
Right.
Like, because obviously you lot have seen White Girl. Is it White Chicks?
Yeah, watch it.
That movie with the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
You must
Oh.
have seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
like,
like,
what?
I was like, is this a TV program?
Yeah,
or
no, it's a
something? I don't
movie
know.
years ago, and there's
Okay.
like that. Come on, there's a classic. It's a classic movie.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that classic scene where
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's like they're in the car. There's white girls. They're driving down the highway, and then the N word comes on, and then the guys obviously pretending to be white. They're not really white. They're like, we can say it. Like there's no one black around,
Oh,
and then they go,
oh yeah.
Nit.
Oh,
And then they're like, and they all start singing, and they all say it properly. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
okay.
But
so
that's
obviously
common though, that's
in my head, I was like, is that a thing that
Yeah.
white people do? No, all
when-
jokes
oh,
aside,
okay,
yeah,
so
when
when
there's
they're
no
most
black
around,
people
Most
around.
probably.
Yeah, no, but then that's why I grilled my missus, because I was like, no,
And
be
she said
real.
no.
She's like, no, it's like, we're
Nah.
like, that's like not a thing. I don't know if it's girls, but they're like, that's not.
Or
a
why
thing.
were you contemplating giving her the pass?
Because I was
at
like,
home?
because I didn't want it to be a thing where, oh, you can say it when I'm not around. Like, I want to know what you're doing.
If she said she doesn't do it with her friends,
No, but that was
why were
after.
you considering giving a pass
No,
at
she
home?
told me
So that
after
she
I
can just
asked her.
be
in
saying
the
it
bedroom,
wherever
just
she
like,
wants.
hey boy, hey boy,
No,
like,
listen. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
oh, but
What are you doing?
I'm at home in the bedroom, use the
Huh?
N word in the
No,
bedroom.
no, don't do
Oh,
that, bro. Anyway. More importantly, she told me that
That's what
after.
he did.
She told.
That's
I asked
important.
her. I asked her. She gave me that answer, and then I was like, "Oh, I don't need to have the conversation." The conversation came about after so I asked her, "Do you do that? Use it with your friends?"
And you didn't have that conversation. It was just in your head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So I
basically-
didn't say to her, "Oh, you get the like." It's a weird one, but I feel like.
What
like,
if
for
she had
example-
said yes? We
Yeah,
do.
that's what I mean. That's
If-
what
but
Is,
I- yeah,
is
but
that
I
when
didn't
you would
ask-
have said, "Oh, well, you may as well say it at home as well"?
If she'd said it with her friends, I would have been like, I would have had to like.
is that a
G-check
lock?
her.
Is that a lock off?
It's a G check.
Oh, G-check.
It's a G check.
No lock off.
It's
So
a
a
G
lock-off.
check.
I
No,
think that's a lock off.
No, I think it's a G check.
yeah.
I think you got to say.
Oh,
what?
one
Teacher,
G-check. Yeah.
teacher.
No, you got to teach, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, this is
I'll
what,
be honest, mate.
lads.
I'll be
This is.
honest. I'll be honest.
Listen,
Right.
lads.
Sorry, no, not lads, right?
I think.
If you have
no.
made such bad choices
Yeah.
in your choice of partner that you are only finding out years later that amongst her friends she's actually using the M word,
Yeah, but how do you? Yeah,
and
but
you're
how,
contemplating
yeah, but how do you know?
not
How
locking
do you
it
know?
off?
How do
It's
you
a
know?
lock off. It's a lock
Yeah.
off.
I'll
It's
be.
a lock-off.
I'll be honest
It's
with you,
a
right?
lock-off, yeah.
I think this is where we're all different. I think we can't be oversensitive about. We need to correct. We need to learn. We need to like basically address certain situations. The problem with a lot of white people that I know, right, is that they're scared to walk on eggshells and not sure what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And I think the moment you start saying, "No, fuck off, you're a dickhead," like, "Oh, you've came rolled your hair," right? You're cancelled. Oh, like, do you know what I mean? You're appropriating culture. I think we need to get the right
What?
balance.
What?
No, listen, changing your hairstyle.
We need to get the right
Is
balance.
not using the N word.
No, but you're not
amongst your
using it
friends.
casually. You're using it. You're singing a
That's
song.
not- no, that's
You're
not
singing
appropriate.
a song. You're not just going out saying the N word to people.
So see, that's the difference, I guess. then,
yeah, that's a
between
big
us.
difference.
No, this is what I'm saying. To me, the difference is clear. If like, my partner, for example, was even walking around the house, dusting or doing whatever she's doing, and singing Drake by going N word, N word, N word.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, it's a lock off.
It's a lock.
Are you dumb? You're not actually. You're not
like
thinking
dusting.
straight. Sorry.
Dustin.
I don't think
Edward,
it's.
Edward.
Dustin. Edward.
The good news is obviously she doesn't. But I'm saying
Yeah.
I think that's a bit. I think this is a really big debate for a lot of the listeners and viewers. If you go out with a white person, boy or girl, and they're singing a song, they're using the N word, a lot of people are going to be listening to this thinking, "Oh shit! Like, do I not sing that song? What do I do?" Like, you're saying, don't use it. Full stop.
I think it's ignorant and slightly
But
careless.
I think the artist has
I mean,
to take some responsibility.
They do,
lads.
of course.
This
That's
is
what I said
I'm gonna say
initially.
to
The
you.
industry is at fault
It's
here because
fucked.
they
The whole thing
promoted
is
this.
fucked. The whole thing is fucked.
His whole thing was he wanted his privacy. He didn't want to be seen. He didn't want to be in the public eye. He was just making wavy music, and that's what he done. He's got a family. He's got whatever children. He kept that separate. So I do feel sorry for him. You know, he shouldn't have been exposed like that, bro. Like, he just makes music. Let man just do his music and live. That's what I think, anyway.
I don't feel sorry for him. I think keep your mask on all the time in the studio. Don't ever take your mask off unless it's for like gigs.
Yeah.
Don't take your mask off for anyone.
Okay, guys, it is now time for your favourites, apparently, section of the podcast. We have been inundated with emails this week. Thank you so much for getting involved. If you do want to send us your problems anonymously for us to give our opinions and advice on, this is your opportunity. You have For the People podcast at gmail.com. It is in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. Send us an email anonymously and we will go through your issues. Agony Uncles, my fellow uncles, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Our first email today reads as follows. I'm dating someone who is 17 years older than me and I really like her. We started seeing each other last summer and she is amazing. I've had 2 girlfriends before her and they were nothing like what I now have. I haven't told many people, especially not my parents, as I'm worried about how they might react. I'm 22 and she's 39. How do you think I can approach this conversation?
I think that's calm.
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue, man. I've always preferred older women anyway. I think it makes you have to step your game up in terms of maturity and levels. So I've never really been the younger type. Some guys go for younger girls, each their own. But for me, I think if they're older, it's a good thing.
Okay, right. The one thing I would say to that is, in this situation, 22 and 39 is 17 years.
Age
It's
ain't
quite a
nothing but a
considerable number. So what I'll put to you is like this
Yeah.
then, right?
Yeah.
Just to get the devil's advocate flip side of the coin here. Let's just say that your daughter was 22, and she started seeing someone who's 39.
No, you're changing.
About to be 40.
Guys.
No, but this is,
changing
I'm
things.
wondering why it's fine for this and usually not
true.
fine. the
Oh,
other
wait,
way
you're
around.
saying
It's true.
no. There's
Let's not
mate.
veer off the
No,
question.
hold on a second, because he's clearly can see that there's a difference. Do you
There's-
feel the same way about that?
I think there is. I think there is a difference.
What is
yeah.
the difference?
I think basically, like, I hate to say it, but there is still that feeling of, because it's a guy and a guy can be perceived to be, dare I say, manipulative and a chauvinist. I don't think women necessarily have that.
What, women can't be manipulative?
Of course they can, but I don't think there's the same, and whether it's right or wrong, I just don't think the perception is, oh, this woman has taken this guy and basically is going to be controlling him.
No, but that happens a lot as well.
It does happen, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it
It does.
So you're already trying to question your own opinion?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Look, listen, this guy is worried that it
Parents.
looks
What
bad.
he's worried about is his parents.
Is he worried
Yeah,
about his
of
parents?
course,
What his
of
parents
course.
I
think?
think they'll be calm with
How
him.
My
can he
advi- my
approach
advice-
the conversation with his parents?
My
about
advice
the
is
fact
don't
that
have a
she's pushing
conversation.
40.
Don't have a conversation with your parents.
Well, just
about-
don't tell them.
That's a
Just
lie.
just link her.
No.
Do your thing.
How long?
Why are
Okay,
you gonna
No,
talk to-
Clearly,
because look,
yeah.
he is trying to be mature enough
Oh.
to have a relationship with a 40-year-old woman, basically, who is double his age.
And he's 22. Yeah.
He's 22.
Okay, so here's my advice. Now I thought about it properly. First of all, like, time is important. If he goes out with her for a substantial period of time, don't tell the parents anything. Build up the numbers, make it a year and a half, and if they're still together, then bring her around to meet.
No,
the
they're
parents.
inviting he said he's got a girlfriend, right? Let's just say, for example,
Yeah.
they invite her around for Christmas.
How long? But how long?
You're going to have the conversation at some stage in a year, aren't you?
Yeah,
There's
but
birthdays, Christmas, someone's going to die, weddings.
Yeah,
you
but I
might
thi-
have to
I-
bring her to something.
Yeah, but I think if it's like they've only been going out for 2 months and he's already bringing her around for Christmas, I think that's too soon.
Yeah, you got.
You can't drop it. Like, you almost need to have evidence.
Do you not think that it
You
says
you need to have something to say to your parents.
This is the one.
This is the one. This is
Yeah.
why it's the one. We've been going out for
That's
a good
the
period
only
of
way
time.
there should be a conversation. If you lot are certified that this is gonna work, this is gonna be a thing, then there should be a conversation. If it's just a 2 month period thing, then
Also,
Yeah.
I think
Run.
because it's the boy is the younger and the woman's older. I actually think the conversation when he goes to his parents, they'll most likely laugh. Like, it's a funny thing. Like it's actually quite comical, to be honest with you.
So hold on a second, man, because I'm seeing this slightly differently.
Go on.
The way that I'm looking at this is from a parent's perspective. And if you are, for example, a 40-year-old woman, the likelihood is that your kid is going to be around 20s.
Yeah.
Now, that means that when they bring their partner to the Christmas do, the mum is the same age as the partner.
That's a thing,
Now,
though.
that may be a thing,
Yeah.
but that will be difficult for some people to get to grips with. In fact, if it was me, I would think that as someone who is my age,
Yeah.
that you are, regardless of gender, taking advantage of my child.
Yeah, I did. You know what? The more I'm thinking about it, I can see the logic there. The only problem is love is love.
What do you have in common with someone who is 20 years younger than you? Should you even be hanging around with someone who is 20 years younger than you?
What do you have in common? Well, if you're from the same community, if you like the same music, if you like the same, let's say, for example, you're an artist. What if you're music? What if it's a 22-year-old singer and you're a 40-year-old singer and you're in the same industry? Of course, you could be hanging out. You could be in the studio together.
You said you go for older women, yeah. When you were
That's
20,
a fact.
when
Do
you
you
were
not agree with that? If you're in
when-
the same industry, in the same spaces,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Some
might.
sort of
But when you
Yeah.
were 22, because you said you like older women, when
Yeah.
you were 22, would you have happily gone out with a 39-year-old if you had, if you
100.
if you clicked? And
Yeah,
you, and you got along with each other?
100%.
But no, but
Are you
but
joking?
would you? No,
Of
but
course I would.
No,
That
I
was
get
my
that.
dream.
No, but I get that.
Yeah.
You being 22, I can imagine you like maybe dating a 39-year-old,
Yeah.
but a serious relationship, could you do that?
Could I do it? No chance.
That's
but,
what I mean.
But I would have wanted to do it.
Serious.
I would
let
have
me-
wanted
so
to,
let
but
me
it
just
wouldn't work.
interject
So
there
it would have just
slightly.
been a link.
Let me just interject
in my
there,
head,
right?
but what I know now compared to when I was 22, it's ridiculous. Like,
Can
it
I
would
ask
have
you,
worked.
how old was your mum when she had you?
Quite young, actually. No, quite old, like 30, probably about 30 or something.
Probably
Okay.
at 30.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
mum was young when she had me.
Yeah.
so.
How old is your mum?
That's not old, bro.
19.
No,
Okay.
nowadays.
So that would
Yeah.
be the equivalent of you kind of
Yeah.
fancying or wanting to be in a relationship with someone who was in the same age bracket as your mum.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
would
Sigmund
be-
Freud's done a lot on that kind of thing. It's
That's a thing.
it is a thing.
Yeah.
I just
interesting.
question whether a parent who's looking at the relationship is going to be able to
you
take
would
that
have
conversation
doubts.
well. So
yeah, you'd
again,
have doubts.
the
yeah.
question is, how do you approach your parents if you're trying to tell them, look, mum, my partner's your age?
Also, do you think like different parents will take it differently? Like a mum might take it totally different to the dad.
So
Dad will be
Dad
rating
might
it. The
rate
dad
it.
will rate it.
what would your parents say if, for example, you came back with someone who was
Yeah, my mum
20
would
years older than
Yeah.
you?
My mum would laugh.
Listen,
Like, yeah, I already know. Like, I already know.
I already
my
know
mum.
what you're gonna
I already know.
Oh,
Like, can't get into the details, but my mum would burst
Yeah,
out
your mum would
laughing.
go
Yeah,
mad.
burst out laughing like hysterics, and she'd just be like, "You're so funny." It was just so funny. Like, she just that's her reaction.
I'll tell you what, your friends would rate it though. The boys were.
Yeah,
Would they?
will
No,
rate it.
I'll
that's
tell you
like-
what, mate. Let me
boys
tell you
will
this.
rate
I'll
it.
be
Of
straight
course
with
they
you,
would.
CJ. Right?
Go on.
If you are 22
Yeah.
and I mean even 18 to 22, and you're talking about basically having some kind of relationship with teacher ages.
That's.
If it's a short-term thing, people would give you respect and ratings.
Yeah, yeah. That's
If
what
it was a long-term thing, people would
Yeah.
genuinely laugh in your face. They would. They would be like, "Why are you with someone who is my mum's age?" Us three went to the same school. Do you remember Miss Wood?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
She's got a soft spot
wait,
for
wait.
me.
We
I'm
saw
putting that on
her
camera.
2 years ago.
I
We
got
saw
a
her
soft
2
spot for
years
you
ago.
too,
Right,
miss.
Listen, we
I
saw
used
her
to
2 years
love.
ago.
I used to
God.
love Miss Wood.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Bro, that's
She
my
wanted-
teacher.
They wanted to give Miss Wood.
Listen,
We
every
wanted to give
kid,
Wood the Miss
right,
Wood.
in biology would ultimately have had some kind of fantasy about
Yeah.
her. That's the God's honest truth.
Why was that? Why?
If
'Cause she wasn't that good looking. Why was it? Go on, explain.
no,
Explain.
no,
Explain.
listen,
Why?
regardless, she's a lovely woman and a great teacher,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she's a lovely woman. I shouldn't say give Wood
Right.
to Miss Wood.
Regardless, most people, like I said, would have had some kind of fantasy,
Yeah.
but to say that my partner is going to be Miss Wood or I'm in a relationship with someone who's Miss Wood,
Yeah.
people would have said, "Come on, bro."
Yeah.
That's not really
But guys, you need
realistic.
Do you
I
know why?
agree.
By the way, just before we move on, I know why a lot of people like Miss Wood, and we all know Miss
We
Wood.
all
yeah.
know.
I
but
know
this
why.
is-
Yeah,
Come on.
because obviously the bunda, yeah, was massive.
Okay, right. Okay.
Like you know, when she's at the whiteboards. Yeah.
Would you give a Wood to Miss Wood?
No, I was young. I was a teenager.
Do you see what I did there?
CJ,
Would you give Wood to
You
Miss
said
Wood?
the joke 7 times, and it hasn't.
Anyway,
fully banged.
listen. I've got an example of why this works, guys. So, do you remember Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore?
Yeah.
Do you know what that gap
They're
was?
still together, right?
No.
There you go. Right,
So,
next.
No, but
so,
they
so
did. They had a,
definitively, by your example,
they had a solid
it
shift
doesn't
though.
work.
They had a
Is that what you're
solid
saying?
run.
They had a solid run.
They had a solid run for like 6-7 years.
Right.
That's a solid shift, mate. If this 22-year-old that we're talking about, and matey, if you're listening, right? If you do 6-7 years with this person, that's a proper shift. Don't listen to what these guys are saying. I'm on your side.
Ashton Kutcher has left Demi Moore
Yeah.
and is now with.
Oh, what's her name? Mila Kunis.
Right.
Like,
Who
Oh,
is-
that's my girl.
Yeah,
That's
she's top
my
girl,
girl,
yeah.
Mila.
Yeah, with
Me,
Sorry.
now.
It's
everyone's
bro,
girl.
That's like my top 3.
What are you talking
My
about?
missus knows Mila.
Mila's everyone's
Yeah,
girl,
that's-
bro.
Mila's one
What?
of the only ones that the missus would give a
she's
little.
That's
elite.
not yet, bro. My
elite.
missus know that's my
Wait,
top
Chill
3.
you
yourself
got-
down, bro.
have you
Chill
got-
yourself
No,
down.
no,
Hall
Mila's
passes.
not you, bro.
Yeah.
Mila's not you, G.
Mila, don't worry about
Mila's
Mila.
not
Mila
you.
gets the hall pass from the
No,
missus.
you man
Yeah.
don't know about Mila.
Right.
Yeah?
You got hall passes.
Now mine is Eva Mendes.
Mine's Margot
No, no,
Robbie.
that's mine as well.
Oh,
Eva's
yeah,
like
she gets my hall
oh, you know what,
pass.
Eva?
Eva, you know what?
Eva,
No,
Mila.
you don't give yourself. a
Halle
hall pass.
Berry.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
No, but when you get with your missus,
Cassie.
you agree to the hall
This-
pass.
no, listen.
I've got two,
don't know-
Cassie and Margot Robbie.
No, no,
Anyway,
don't,
go on.
don't say Cassie. Like you said,
Yeah.
blonde. Bro.
Okay,
It's
so
a blonde
let me
thing
just
for you, bro.
let me
Don't
just
do
flip
that.
Also
that,
big up
right?
Mar-
because we
Margaret.
are a diverse
Yeah, can we stick to the
audience
group-
and
the
there are
conversation?
women listening. So
Yeah.
for the women out there,
Yeah.
who is on your women's hall passes?
Oh, mine.
Your
missus
partners
is,
have surely
what's
got
that
some
guy?
names
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
What's
sure.
his name? The stripper guy. What's his name?
No idea. I don't.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Channing Tatum
Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
that's her.
Okay.
from Magic Mike. A lot of girls
Magic
are.
Mike.
Right.
That's it. Yeah,
No, to be honest, my missus don't really have a
Yeah,
hall
she
pass,
ain't
but in terms of who she likes,
She does that. No, she ain't
no,
got-
I said, nah, I give her the hall
no,
pass.
I'm not giving her hall
Yeah, no,
passes.
she's got no hall
Good luck with
passes.
that. Good luck with Channing.
So you've got one,
Good luck
but
with
she
Channing,
hasn't.
bro.
This doesn't
Yeah.
sound.
No, But
I
anyway,
thought your relationship was
but
based on
but
50-50.
we do have an openness and we do talk.
Open
and
relationship.
by the way,
You've got open
by the
relationship.
way, I just thought I'd add this in quickly while the editor, I know you're looking now, you're watching. My missus never ever uses the N word. That's never allowed. Just wanted to clarify that. I wanted to clarify that. I just wanted to clarify
thinking about
that.
that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I
totally
wanted to
unnecessary.
confirm that she doesn't use the N word and that's never allowed. Come on, like, but she just wouldn't do that. Anyway, back to
does
the
the
point.
editor need
Come
to
on,
do
like, I don't want people thinking, oh, we've got a relationship
going
where
on,
I'm
mate?
a black man and I'm letting
going
her use it. Nah. Anyway, but Hugh knows it was weighing on my mind. It was weighing on my mind. Anyway, so
What?
back to your question. Who does she like?
Man just
A lot of
interrupted.
girls like Michael B. Jordan.
Listen,
Editor.
Nah,
43 minutes ago. Don't you dare.
Editor, I'm watching you, bro. No, seriously, I'm watching you. But yeah, no, Michael B. Jordan.
Can I
That's
just
the one.
say?
Michael B?
Can I just say
Yeah.
the thumbnail editor and the video editor are two different
Oh,
people?
okay, cool.
Oh.
Yo, we like you. We like you.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
not
we
thinking
like you.
This is the Michael B. podcast.
Oh, really? No, my missus.
Michael B. Jordan.
No, I'm just being real.
no,
No, I'm not.
With a big
She
slug.
likes, wait,
With a big
wait,
slug.
does she like
Nah.
Michael B. Jordan?
I'm saying she ain't got the hall pass.
Does she like Michael B?
But I know
No, I
that she
ain't
likes
giving her
Michael
the
B. Jordan.
Michael. I
Yeah,
ain't
but
giving her
everybody, loads of girls like Michael B. Like, he's a guy that a lot of girls like.
Listen, I could vouch.
he's
that.
very popular.
I
He's
can-
a lot of girls' top threes.
I
You what?
know that she don't have to pass because I remember once.
don't
Yeah,
have to
she
pass. I think
she,
you
she, said as a joke. She said a joke that she liked one of them
Oh,
dons
what,
from
Love
Love
Island?
Island.
Oh,
Josh Denzel.
Oh, yeah,
She-
she like Josh,
she-
yeah,
and
Josh,
because she
yeah.
likes bantering and when I'm about, because I'm a troll as well, we doubled up on him, and basically she was like, Josh Denzel.
Okay.
Nah,
He,
nah.
he,
likes a
he
bit of
nearly
Josh.
flipped out, bro. Domestic,
I'll flip,
domestic.
I'll flip.
Man said no hall pass, nothing.
No, because that's too
Man
close
said
to-
what?
have you got
Man
hall
said
pass?
what? Man,
Who's
do
your
it
hall
back.
pass?
No, but wait,
Oh,
Love
for-
Island is too close to home, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
No, remember no names.
I mean,
no names.
No,
No
I didn't
names.
say.
Like, why you like? No one said a name all day.
I didn't-
Fucking no, I didn't say.
I didn't say name. I didn't say name.
Listen,
No,
when
but
you hear,
you're-
like, cut
no,
them
no,
all
don't
out.
do that. Don't do that. What are you doing?
Cut them all out.
Oh, no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
don't
silly
do names.
season.
Don't do names.
Just cut.
So Josh Denzel
Too
is.
close to home.
She's a
Yeah.
fan.
She was at the time.
She was.
But now she.
But no, but
He's short.
he nearly boxed her.
He for no. Why is that?
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what is funny, right? Do you know what I've seen so much of?
the Alizé's getting to
When-
that. No.
When you are with a crowd of people, especially for, and this is where this has come from, going to see the boxing. When you are with people and their partners,
Yeah.
you see women change when Anthony Joshua gets.
Oh,
on
yeah,
TV.
yeah, that's a
lot
good
of
one.
girls
That's a
like-
good. Yeah, I'll give you that's a
That's
good one.
your missus.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah,
Your
used to-
missus
used
got
to
a
be.
couple.
Used to be though, you know.
Your missus
No,
got a
used to
couple.
be.
Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard.
Thea
Walcott.
No,
These men
no.
are-
Yeah, you know
Lewis
Thea
Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton.
These men are
Oh.
too close to home. My missus can't smile at these men.
No, no.
They walk past me.
No, no,
They
no.
can walk past
No,
me
to-
and take my
to be-
jet.
to be
I'm
fair-
not mentioning Channing Tatum in America. I'm
to
all
be-
mixed
it's
country.
safe.
To be fair,
Yeah, safe.
Michael B. Jordan's in America.
That's a Josh Denzel. That he lives down the road.
Oh,
from
Josh
me.
I've
Denzel,
actually
yeah.
asked recently, you know, and it's because it seems to change year on year. And the most recent is still the main one is still Steven Gerrard. And
Do you
there's
feel
another one.
secure? Because it's actually. Do you feel nervous because you can't compete with that?
No, it's Steven
Different
Gerrard.
races.
It's Steven Gerrard, yeah. And
No, but you know what I mean,
listen.
different demographic.
Actually, when we went to watch you play football at the Wembley Cup,
Cup, yeah.
Wembley
Hugh.
Cup, Steven Gerrard was playing,
Oh yeah.
and we watched that. And the whole game, she was like, because obviously afterwards we're going back upstairs to the bar. She's like, I just want to see Steven Gerrard. I just want to meet Steven Gerrard. And we met everyone, Keown,
Oh, perfect.
everyone, but not Steven Gerrard.
Oh, you're kidding.
so
and she
funny.
was literally, and I was like, we've met like 10
Yeah.
people. We met like 10 footballers, yeah?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but Gerard went home.
He left really early.
Yeah, he just went home.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, but we
I've
saw
been to
everyone.
the-
Robbie
well,
Fowler.
wanted
She's
to
like, no,
see-
no, I just want to
I've
see
been to
Stevie.
like 4 or 5 events where he's been there, and he is always the first person to leave.
He's
without
busy.
exception.
He's busy.
I was slightly happy though, just, you
Who
know.
is it? Who's that?
Steven Gerrard.
What is he? A footballer?
Look,
Don't do
next topic.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Hey, can you
do
go,
that.
wow.
Oh,
I'm joking. I know
fuck's
Steven
sake.
Gerrard is.
Okay, our next email is from another anonymous sender. Make sure you send these emails to forthepeoplepodcast@gmail.com. It says, my girlfriend is so amazing and we are really happy. The problem is her best friend is really hot, and because they're so close, she's often around at ours.
Oh shit.
And we see her socially all the time. I have no interest in her romantically, but I am getting a strong vibe from her. I don't want to tell my girlfriend and cause friction between them or us. I could be wrong, but there have been too many looks and accidental touches, in my opinion, for this to be the case. What should I do?
Yeah, it's peak.
This,
for him, man.
yeah, this is bad. This is actually something that I'd say.
You've gone through.
No, I can't relate to, but I know someone well that actually has experienced this, and
In
I'll
your
tell you
circle,
exactly the
outside your
story.
circle.
Not in my
But
circle,
wait,
but
can I just say
acquaintances.
something before you say that?
Go on.
Let me just tell him, if your girl's friend likes you, your girl's not the one for you, bro.
That's
'Cause
unfair.
If her friends don't rate her
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
as a friend to be moving to you,
That's not. Yeah, but that's not the girl's
No,
fault.
it's not the
though.
girl's fault. It's
No,
not
you
the
can't
girl's
do that.
She
You
can't be a good friend, or
No,
do you know what I'm saying?
no, you can't put it on her though. Like some
gotta be
some people are
controlling her
twisted.
friends.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, so I know one Don, former work colleague, Irish Don, like happy-go-lucky, like one of the most charismatic people you meet, and he's with his missus for 10 years. And you know what it's like? Some people after that 10-year point, you need something a little bit different just to switch it up. I'm not like that, but some people are like that. And he basically started sleeping with his missus' best mate, and it was so weird because he came and he started telling everyone, like us, the guys in the office, it was like the sex is unbelievable. Like I'm actually thinking about leaving my missus to go with her friend. And I said, bro, you're not thinking this through. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How's that gonna work? He said, look, the only way it's gonna work is that we just basically pack our bags and go somewhere. And I said, are you not scared that her friend is gonna tell your missus and like feel guilty about it and reveal everything? And he basically said, she's got more to lose than I do, and no one will talk to her. No one in her circle. They will all cut her out, so she's never gonna do that. And it just became a thing of, the only way this is gonna work is if we do a runner, and that's it. And I was like, but that's not. Is that, like this story? Does that guy want that to just run away? Basically, him and this girl.
Does he like her, or
Have
she just moved to him?
He just feels that there is this vibe from her.
If he's prepared
And-
to pack his bags and run away with her,
How
then
long's he
yeah.
been with his missus for?
It doesn't say, but it does say that their relationship is great and
No, it's,
that her friend is really hot.
there's no way
Friend's
that.
really hot.
It says problem is her best friend is really hot, and because they're so close, she's often round at ours.
That's why the smart girls don't really have really hot friends. The really smart ones.
Again, that's.
Oh, do you see this a lot?
Yeah,
Like, you see
yeah.
this a lot?
It's
There's
very-
like-
the
that's
really
ridiculous.
elite thinking minds.
No,
Yeah,
that's
they try
nonsense.
not to have really hot
I
friends.
think that's complete nonsense. I don't,
Really?
Yeah,
Has your
'cause
missus got really hot friends?
I think you can't
Has your missus
choose.
got really
I
hot
don't think you
friends?
base your friends on them
Are
being
you gonna
ugly.
answer the question?
You know,
I don't think
You're
you're-
moving like a
Does your missus
politician
have
right
really hot
now.
friends?
Does my missus have hot friends?
Yeah, because you said you don't agree.
Does my missus have hot friends?
Yeah.
It's a
Or they're
trap,
not
CJ.
hot
It's
No,
a
to
trap,
be
be
honest,
careful.
I don't really look at her friends like that. They're all like
Average.
Good
we're
answer,
close
bro.
circle.
Good
No, I'm being honest.
answer.
I don't look at her like we're a circle. We're friends. But
Okay. So she
I
has
think,
female friends though.
of course she does. I think what I'd say to this
I think
again,
he's saying that they're not hot.
I think
They're not. Yeah, basically.
I think
they're
what
not.
I'd say to this chap, basically, the reality is if he's prepared to deal with the circumstances, let's be completely honest here and have it right. If he's prepared to deal with the ramifications, go with her, or be prepared
Then,
for
bro,
everyone in that circle
can
to
we-
hate him, everyone in that circle, in her circle as well,
Yeah.
to cut him out
then
and be
can-
like, you are not welcome here around these sides anymore.
Yeah, but then if he settles with her, can he rate this girl that's not rating her friends like that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Can you trust the girl like
No,
that?
you can't.
That's
You
moving
can't.
shaky like
Ironic.
that. I can't rate that.
Say your missus, yeah, one of her friends, say one of them's hot, yeah. If she moved to you, yeah, on a slighting,
rating
like,
it,
if
bro.
she's moved to you on a slighting,
Nah,
moving
I'm not
to
on
you,
it, I'm not on
and
it.
she's a worldie, yeah.
If I was younger,
But how are you dealing with it though?
if I was younger, I probably would have been different. But at this age, at this point in my life, I'm not rating it.
But how are you dealing with it?
I'll tell her.
Are you telling? No, but are you going straight to your missus, or are you going to the friend? Listen,
Nah.
what are you dumb?
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
back off from me, back off.
Yeah, move.
And then would you tell your missus though?
Nah, I'll just say fix up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you won't say anything to your missus. But
How
then,
would you do it? Would
Nah,
you
I
say to your
would- I
missus?
probably would
yeah,
tell
I
them
think you have to,
I'd
because I
probably
think
tell
I think
them
what's
So you man are snitches.
No, but listen. I think what's bad is if you get to a point where suddenly the story gets reversed and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
girl goes to your missus
Yeah,
first
yeah,
and says,
oh, yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
he tried to put
Yeah,
on
yeah,
me."
yeah, go
Oh,
quick, yeah,
so,
go
on.
so you've got to get in there first.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
have to.
That's
CJ,
smart.
You need to get
That's
in there
smart.
straight
That's smart.
away. Nip it in the bud.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, man. You
Just as a
man
heads
know
up, mate.
that.
Just a heads up. Your friend moved to me. Your friend moved to me.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
But that could also work in
No,
another
trust
way.
me, you have
You
to.
could actually get with a friend and still go, babe, your friend moved to me, just to cover your back. It could work that way, couldn't it?
Nah, I
So
I'm not
anything
in
she
the
says, it's a lie. It's crazy.
I don't know.
She's crazy.
There's some things that you just don't do. I think if you start going within your
Yeah, it's a bit bad.
Ultimately, this guy, from the sound of things, is only really uncomfortable with the fact that his missus has got a hot friend coming round and
Definitely.
she's making advances, or
definitely.
she's at least giving him signals.
Yeah.
Now, he may not be into her at all. He may not want this.
Yeah.
But it's just about how he approaches it. So again, ironic. What is your advice to this
I
guy?
think he needs to allow it, man. Just tell her allow it, like back off.
Yeah.
If he lacks the thing, especially, just tell the other thing back off. Unless he wants a messy thing where
Yeah.
he's just moving up both of them, then that's.
But you know how powerful women can be, and if this friend really wanted to move to him, she could do bare things like drop the pencil in front of him, bend over in the panties. And,
He said she's been flirting and touching.
do you know
All
them,
these
them things
accidental
there?
touches.
Women try and do that to men. You know,
I've-
try and do that, and they can be manipulative.
I've got
You
a
know what I mean?
question then. I've
Because
got-
at the end of the day, you can be like, and I'm not saying us are like this, yeah, but there's definitely millions of men that could get sucked into some things, yeah, because women are so powerful, and I still say women are more powerful than men, because at the end of the day, if a woman really wants a man, she could just like pull your trousers down. Do you mean?
Raw.
Do you mean?
Okay.
And just, do you mean she could just jump on you? Do you mean? Because
called
a man
rape.
can't. No. Because here's the thing: a man can't do that. Yeah, a man can't do it because it's rape. Yeah? But if a woman does it, but
Alright,
get
so what
the
about-
schlong out.
I'm screaming
Then
rape.
it's like,
Yeah,
Alright,
oh, you say, get off me!
just
Get
before-
off, like, it's-
Just
get
before
off,
we
get
go,
out of it.
just before we go to the next topic, yeah. What if the woman, what if the guy has decided that actually the missus isn't the one in the
Then
long
lock
term?
off the relationship.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the
Lock off,
relationship.
like that's.
Yeah.
I'd lock off the relationship and then go to the friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, lock off the
Yeah, I
relationship.
can
though.
tell.
Don't
That makes-
don't start having like.
No,
it's
Oh,
like,
so you're
don't-
saying lock off the relationship, then go to the friend as
Yeah,
well?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's saying
yeah,
do it in the
yeah.
right way.
doing the right
That's
way.
fair,
If you're not feeling your
Yeah.
relationship, lock off the
Facts,
relationship
yeah.
rather than getting it. Because
Don't-
you know what's mad about
don't-
it? You don't want to be
yeah.
sleeping
But
and then,
he might-
your penis gets cut off with a knife by your missus.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Like just relax.
But he might be young, yeah, and taking it in like, alright, I got this thing here, but a girl likes me as well. I might just chop it. And then
Yeah, if he's in his 20s, if he's in his 20s,
chopping.
I don't want to promote it, but if he's in his 20s and
He's
young,
chopping.
then yeah,
That's-
just get with both of them.
Oh wow!
Right.
On that
If he's
note-
young, if he's young.
on
You know,
CJ's looking to bury you this
on
week.
that
bro.
note, no,
there's nothing wrong with that. If
Okay.
you're young, man, if
Right,
he's young.
we're going to go to our next email. It's quite a long one, so strap in, right? He says, "Hello, boys. I'm currently living with my partner. We've stayed together for over a year and have not long moved into a new place since around August, September last year. We're only renting at the moment, but we've got the intention of starting a family and buying a house. However, I've felt a bit lost recently, on and off for the past 2 months or so. I feel like I can't get anything right. And she's the type of person who loves to do things her own way and will usually do most of the things around the house. I've got no issue in helping, and I do so a lot, but anytime I do anything, it usually ends up with me being told I've not done that right,
Oh no!
or she would have been better doing it herself. This can normally be something that I deal with, but more recently, in the last month or so, she's been acting quite distant, and she doesn't really want to be affectionate. Anytime I attempt to give her a cuddle, I get the reaction she feels like it's a chore. Anytime I try to give her a kiss, it's rarely a nice one, and usually just a peck, or she forces it onto her cheek. I tell her often, how much I love her, and she says it back sometimes, but not in the most interested tone, or sometimes she just agrees that I love her. It's starting to get to me, and any time we try and talk about it, she puts it down to me being annoying and her feeling like it's too much. Should I give her space? It doesn't feel like we're a couple living together at the moment, more like flatmates, and I'm not liking it at all.
How long they been together?
They have been together, they've been living together in their new place for what is 4 months now.
So
And
during
they've-
lockdown.
yes, and they have been together for over a year.
Well, she's not feeling them.
Well, she's just beginning to be a little bit distant from the
Yeah.
sounds of
That's
things.
that's a really tough situation.
How do you
man.
answer that one, Gone?
Because you're obviously stuck
Yeah.
in lockdown now. You're not going
It's
anywhere,
different.
and you are around each other 24/7.
I thi-
Unless
Yeah,
you're
I think-
lucky enough to have a garden, which most people aren't, or a
Yeah.
job where you can,
Look,
be a
I think, I
key
think,
worker
the,
and
I think the
leave.
reality is, yeah, it's tough for pretty much everyone in the current pandemic that we're going through. So the last thing you want is someone else constantly giving you bad energy. And I think it sounds like in that situation, you know, it's a bit of a nightmare because the person you're living with is bringing your mood down, and then you're going on, you're watching the news, that's bringing your mood down. I'd basically say to him,
Lock it.
you're gonna have to. No, but the reason why I'm gonna hesitate.
You haven't
on lock
locked anything
I'm gonna,
off
I'm
this
gonna, I'm
year.
gonna hesitate on
Are you
lock it
gonna
off
lock
because-
this off?
That's
No, do
lock
you know
it,
why?
bro.
Do you know why? Because she hasn't done anything that's unforgivable. She's just treating him badly, and it could be because of the stress of everything that's happening in the
Yeah,
world.
that's
We
it.
are going
A
through
lot
a
of people
global.
are
I
really
repeat,
not able
I
to
repeat.
cope with this.
We are
Second
going through.
time
We are
round,
going through a global pandemic, guys. We're going through another lockdown, so people are stressed. So I would say to him,
Give us
give it some,
space.
yeah, give us some space,
I
give us some
think that's what
time.
he needs.
If it gets to like, dare I say, spring, summertime, the mood has lifted, things are open, and she's still being like uncomfortable, then I think lock it off. Yeah,
No, I'd rather just talk straight up. Just say,
What,
what's
say
the problem? What's
No, he
going
said
on?
he
Talk
tried
to
to
me.
he's
talk.
tried to do
Oh, then
that.
it's a lock off. Then it's a lock off.
No, but what are you looking off and running to?
Well, you're in
right now?
lockdown,
If
so
he
what
tries
you-
to talk,
Where's she
it's a
gonna
lock off.
go?
You can't do
I
it.
don't care. It's not my issue.
I'm going to be real. I think he's got to be tactical about it. I think in his I'm speaking to you, right? Obviously, the guy, Mr. Anonymous.
Remember, they've just to give you
they've
the
just
context
literally
again,
moved in his house.
They've just moved into a house. That means I'm going to assume that
There's
they've
a
got a
tenancy
tenancy agreement.
agreement.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
signed
renting.
into.
Yeah, but even
But it
so,
doesn't
where's he
matter,
going to
man.
go?
You're locked
Come
into
on,
at least a
bro.
12
Come
to
on.
18-month
I'm going to
contract.
give it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually going to give him some real older brother advice here. I don't know how old you are, but I'm going to say you're going to have to be tactical about this. In your head, keep in mind that she might not be the one, and you might have to find an exit plan at some point. But there's no way you're going to go now. Right now, we're in a lockdown. There's no point even trying to do it now because it's just going to be messy.
But how
Listen,
do you even deal with living with someone who is meant to be your world that you're sharing everything with, and they're
But he
kissing you on
kind
the
of doesn't
cheek?
have a
I've-
choice,
I
though,
actually-
does he?
I actually,
Unless he
I actually
goes
went
up-
through this.
Right, talk
Actually
to
went
us, sir.
through this.
Oh, she
at,
did,
at
yeah.
university.
Right.
I lived with a girl, and it was longer than a year, longer than 4 months. But I knew it was over. But there was a tenancy agreement, and it wasn't up until like June. But I realised in like January.
Wow.
So
What did you do?
So what I did was I went out raving with CJ a lot.
Oh, yeah.
CJ would come up to my uni, and me and the boys would go out, and I was basically just living single, smashing, painting the town red,
Oh, yeah.
and just counting the days down until it got to June, the end of the tenancy agreement. And it literally got to June, and CJ was up again, and we were pieing hard. And CJ was like, "Oh, I've got to go home now. My train's in like half an hour." And I was like, "Oh wait, it's June."
Yeah.
So I quickly just put some stuff in the bag,
Oh, God.
and
But-
I went, "Babe, I'm out, yeah, bless."
But he
And
waited.
That's how I broke over.
Yeah, but he waited to the at the end of the tenancy.
and
But
I bounced.
but mentally,
I was
would
gone,
you-
yeah.
mentally you were
6
single.
months I was
You
gone.
were
Yeah, I was single.
So
Yeah.
I'm saying to this guy, mentally, you might have to accept that you're single.
Yeah.
So what is the experience like living with somebody who clearly doesn't want to live with you
Trax, you want to
anymore?
explain?
It was quite chilled because I didn't pay attention to it, to be honest with you. Like at the end of the day, if the girl's not really acting normal, then you just enjoy your life, have
But
fun.
is this okay? Let me ask
It's
you this:
hard
then.
in a
Is this
lockdown,
something
though.
that had you
Oh, in a
invested in a place together because of uni,
Yeah, we're renting because of uni. Yeah,
not
yeah.
because you were in a relationship, or both?
No, it's both. It was in a relationship.
So you were moving forward in the relationship
moving
by
forward,
getting
yeah.
a place together.
it was a
if you
few
like.
years. Yeah, we've done.
Right. So this is the same situation in that this guy's invested,
Yeah.
and it is something that I'm sure he ideally wants to sort out, not just to
yeah.
walk away from.
I think the problem is that there isn't anywhere he can go. It's not like he can go out with his friends and go raving to forget about it. The problem is he is stuck in that house.
Right.
My
That's the
thing,
problem.
is relationships. There's always ups and downs, right? But if a girl's not on it, yeah, with me, my past record, if a girl's not on it, like even though I've not had that, but if I feel like if a girl's not on it, right, I can't really relate to that actually. But if a girl's not on it, I'm out. I'm out because it's like
But I'm saying
there's only
no-
one life, yeah?
yeah.
And I'm not gonna try and convince you to be on me. Like if you're not on it, bless, because I'll be okay in the single market.
But-
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
She could be going through a.
Like
she could
if
be
my
stressed.
missus now, and I've been with her for years, is not on me, she's not on it, yeah, then it's a lock off, isn't it?
I think it's
It's
easier,
really that
yeah.
simple. and I've not had that with my missus. Like she's on it, I'm on it. Like we're
She's
on it.
I'm on it.
We might have arguments, but she's on it
think-
and I'm on it. If
yeah.
you're not on it, then we're gonna have to just part ways.
I'm trying to be
Yeah.
helpful for this guy here, though, because
Yeah.
I'm like, not everyone's in a position where they could just say, right, just up and leave. I'm gonna rent my own place and basically sack off the relationship.
live
Like,
with
some
your
people
parents.
are-
Live with your parents and keep
Yeah.
paying the rent.
That's what. Well, maybe he might have to do that.
But she hasn't said she's not on it. Like she might be going through a period of time in this lockdown, like a lot of people are, where she just needs some brain space. You know what I'm saying? So I think he might have to give her some space for a week, let the heart grow fonder. You know what I'm saying?
But
and just see.
She's also got to take some responsibility, though, because I don't agree with the whole passive aggressive, like basically blaming him for doing stuff when he's making an effort. I don't agree with when women do that. I think that's bang out of order. And I think actually some women are very
Well, look,
malicious when they do that.
He is clearly making an effort.
Yeah,
because
and
he's
she's
written
just
us
shooting him
almost, I hate to say it, mate, but it's really an essay.
It's a long.
Yeah.
It's a long email.
That's
and
He
he
clearly
clearly
likes
does
her.
care.
that's it.
Now,
And she,
if he's not getting the right signals from his partner,
Then back down, I think a bit. For me, I like to be at the same level as someone, like what Trax was saying. So if I'm up there and she's like down there, I'll back off a bit so we're on the same level. See if she kind of goes back up a bit, then I'll go back to her level. Do you know what I mean?
That
it's
makes
a bit like
sense.
playing
That
the
makes
game a
sense.
bit.
That
Like,
makes
you just
sense.
All right, cool. I'll leave you to do your thing for a bit. Then
Yeah.
when you want me, then come back.
If
I hate
not
to
on
say
it, I'm
man.
out.
You know, we jest in the group chat on a daily basis that lockdown affects everyone differently. Yeah. On any given day in the week, one of us is up to fuckrry. That is basically questionable stuff. Yeah? It's the facts.
Nah, but do you know what?
Listen, mate, you're drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning doing dances on Triller.
On Thriller.
Please, just don't insult my intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I've always been
You
quite
been
odd,
on
so I'm a bad
TikTok.
example. I've
You
always
been
been
on
quite weird.
So what I'm trying to
10 a.m.
establish here is that there are people who are suffering right now.
That is real-
Who are
yeah.
basically being they feel like prisoners.
no, who's actually spitting facts here? I think. What,
Are you okay?
No,
First,
do you know
before we go
what?
on, are you
Do you know
okay?
what? I'm.
Are you okay?
I'm better than okay.
Okay.
And one reason why
Over the
I'm better
moon.
than okay.
Because we've got each other.
We've got each other. No, real talk. Like I
know,
think this
mate,
pod
I
is a big
know.
reason why I'm okay.
Glad
I
to hear
think
that, man.
you know, Urban's
Glad to hear that,
platform
man.
for me is another salvation, but this is important. So for this guy, he might not have that release. You know, so
So this is your release.
Well,
He's
no,
a
hopefully
release.
this
Sit
is his
with
release
all your
as well.
boys, of
Listen,
course
it's
it
for
is.
the
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
for
Sit
a
is for the
reason.
people.
right?
And actually, rest of the week you're not actually with the boys, are you?
Ah, this is
So,
important.
so the other
man.
6 days of the week, what are we doing?
Well, I told you, Urban's platform is important. But anyway, listen, the whole thing is not everyone has a release. So yeah, I get it. And he's got to understand, listen, the girl, we don't know what she's going through. She might have some troubles. But just try and, I suppose she needs to rein it in a little bit as well. When he's making an effort.
It's fine. We're going to move on to the next one,
Go
right?
on.
Obviously, with the world being in a pandemic, it says, and people having to stay at home, things are going to be a bit dull. My boyfriend and I are really social normally. We have lots of mutual friends and we spend a lot of time out with them. We've been together for years and we've been really happy. However, even before lockdown, I noticed that my boyfriend was saying that he was bored often if we were just chilling at home,
Oh,
although he wouldn't really want to engage in anything to address this at home. Now we're in lockdown, he's become really distant, doesn't want to engage, and I'm getting the feeling I'm not entertaining enough for him. What do you think I should do? Anton.
Crotchless panties.
Okay. I
Fair.
mean,
Okay.
there's a
Spice it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
spice it up in the
Spice it
bedroom,
up.
basically.
Yeah.
Spice it
So
up.
where's she getting them from? Ordering online quickly.
Yeah, and Summers, and just spice it up.
Yeah.
You know, a little something like that, and that'll get everything going because you know men are simple.
Yeah.
Food, sex.
Do you know what? I'll be honest though, he's got a point. I'll throw something else in there that's maybe less seedy. So I
What do you mean? I want to see
So-
shy girl. Shy
so
girl.
so over Christmas, I was like, oh shit, this is mad because obviously you're in lockdown, you can't leave the yard. So just me and the missus, first time in years. And listen,
this is mad. I'm with you.
Let
I'm
me
with
finish.
you. Yeah, locked up.
let me finish.
You know,
Oh,
the beautiful
Barbie.
thing about
Let me
lockdown,
finish, let me
right,
finish, let me
is that
finish.
people are discovering
No, it's
their
facts though.
partners.
It's facts.
For
I
the
was like,
first
raw,
time, they're
okay,
finding
I've
out
learned
who
a lot.
you're really with.
Yeah.
Man,
Raw.
This is
But
Bro,
let me-
I've never really sat with you before.
Let me-
Bro, you good, yeah?
All right, let me finish the story. So I was like, okay, cool. And then no, but she's like, I've got another present for us because we're gonna be at home. So like, obviously, she's got me my actual Christmas, but she's like, I got another present while we're
Shucks.
here. I was like, oh, what's this? I opened up the box, and it's a board game. It's a fancy football board game. I don't know the last time you lot played board games.
Yeah, I play
But
board games.
do you play board
A lot,
games? So I was
yeah.
like, so just me and the missus on Christmas Day
Sick.
for like 3 hours, just playing different board games. I like
Sick.
board games that are sick. Like back in our day, it was like Monopoly.
Monopoly,
Did
and
you say
shit.
fantasy football?
Yeah, it's like a fancy football board game. It's fucking sick. Next time you come around, I'll show you.
But bro, that's what
sick.
it's about as well. Like,
Well,
I
that's
know-
what I'm saying,
I know
like,
you're
just
saying
mix it up,
food
like, 'cause-
and sex, but I
Yeah.
think at the same time, think of different
Yeah,
ways.
be
to-
creative.
to-
I was like, I
yeah.
haven't played a board game in
Enjoy
like
each
10
other.
years. I don't play board games. So yeah, just switch
Or
it up.
like it was my missus' birthday in lockdown. Man made the living room into a restaurant. You get me? I put the candles
That's
on
sick.
the TV.
That's sick. That's
Put
sick.
a little
That's sick. Yeah,
fireplace.
there
I
you
put the
go.
t- But you
Hold
get,
on a
That's
second.
sick. Creative.
No, hold on. I've got to say this, right? Ironic
I've done
now.
a menu,
On a
like, put it in the
consistent
post.
basis
Yeah.
on this show.
So nice. You know what my missus
You
said
are-
last time? She said, Ironic's so nice.
He's like the perfect boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's buying flowers, writing love songs,
he is.
and doing.
He's
what is
making
it?
us look
Restaurant.
bad.
Last
He's
episode,
making us
last episode, my miss goes, Ironic's so lovely.
No, do you know what it is?
So
no,
lovely.
because, bro, do you know what it is?
Mad.
He is,
I
though,
didn't
he
used
is.
to be like this.
Nah, he is.
Before I met my
He's
missus,
lovely.
I was
You're lovely.
wow. Yeah, I was painting
lovely.
the town red. I was painting the town red. You know me. You know my
Yeah,
resume.
yeah. My youngest driller.
You
yeah,
know
my
what I'm
youngest
saying?
driller.
So then when I met the missus, she was like, "Oh, you need to be a bit more romantic." So
Oh,
I started
there-
doing romantic
yeah.
things. But then now it's got to a point where we're in lockdown, so I'm starting to think, what can I do that's out the box?
Be careful that nice guys
romantic.
finish last, bro. Be careful. Be careful.
because-
You know when you're making all those teas. Cup of tea, babe.
No.
Cup of tea.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm not like that.
Okay.
I don't push it. So
Yeah, you
can't
gotta be
push it with
careful
me.
because you know, the girls start wanting bad boy.
No, but I'm
you
saying
understand?
like that was her birthday, innit? So birthday, I'll think.
Okay.
Cup of tea on the birthday.
Valentine's Day's coming. I already got it planned.
Oh shit,
I already
that's
got it
that's the
planned.
next.
Bro, I haven't done
Raw,
No,
really?
no, you're doing it all
What do you
wrong,
mean
mate.
you've already got it planned?
Valentine's
It's cancelled
Day
this
is
year.
cancelled, bro. We're off the
planned?
hook.
What's
What
planned?
are you doing?
Wait.
Oh my
Wait, what's
God.
planned? What's planned?
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, you got to think ahead, guys.
No, but we're in lockdown.
bro.
What you doing?
No. So I made the restaurant the first time. Wait till you see what's
No,
coming.
we're gonna have to
Oh,
lock.
you're
this-
gonna make
We're
a
gonna have to lock.
Can we
this
can we
before he
yeah can we
embarrasses all
can we
of
not
us.
put this on cam,
Edit
please?
out
So you're gonna make
Yeah,
restaurant.
lovely.
No. I got something else planned. You'll see on the ground. But it's gonna.
Mad.
It's
Serenade.
about just looking outside of the box and thinking, what can I do that's different in a lockdown? We're trapped, but we're not that trapped, bro. You can do bare things in your house.
I rate that. No, that's
Wait,
one.
each
Early
their own.
cooking.
I'm mostly get a takeaway. Like.
You have to rate that. Listen, we are going to love you and leave you now. Much love for getting involved. Make sure you follow us on Apple Music and also Spotify. Subscribe to the channel as well. And leave us your comments and questions, whether you're in the YouTube comments or on the email forthepeoplepodcast@gmail.com. Our winner of the £50 Amazon gift card is going to be up on your screens right now. Congratulations. Thank you so much for getting involved and showing support. We're going to be back next week with more Agony Uncles and mad topics. If you are new, you can get involved in next week's competition by following us on Instagram. It's that simple. For now, though, we have been For the People.